Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes in physics for standard 9th. We had discussed chapter motion. We have completed that chapter. But today, based on that particular chapter, I would like to discuss some of the concepts, some of the questions. The first, which I have not yet covered, and we will discuss some examples also. This you can treat it as an enrichment for you. It will help you in gaining some new ideas and concepts. The first thing that I would like to discuss today is calculation of displacement in nth second for uniformly accelerated motion. Now, what is the meaning of nth second? Suppose I tell a time of 5 seconds and a time interval of, and suppose interval is 5th second. Now you have to understand the difference between these two. An interval of 5 seconds means it starts from 0 and it ends at 5 seconds. This is the meaning of a time interval of 5 seconds. So it will be from 0 to 5 seconds. But when you say 5th second, so you will start from, if you start from 0, then 0 to 1. This is your first second. Your first second starts at 0 second and ends at 1 second. ये पहला second है. Is it clear? Then from 1 second to 2 second, this is your second second. Then from 2 second to 3 second, it is your third second. 3 second to 4 seconds, it is your fourth second. And 4 second to 5 second, this is your fifth second. You see, this is first second, second second, third second, fourth second, fifth second. The fifth second is the time from 4 seconds to 5 seconds. During this interval, what is the displacement? What is the time from 4 second to 5 second? It is 1 second. 5 minus 4, that is 1. But here the interval was 5 seconds. So this is 5th second. The 5th second starts from 4 and ends at 5 seconds. Likewise, if I ask you 7th second, the 7th second will start from 6th second and it will end at 7th second. If I ask you 90th second will start from 89 seconds to 90 seconds. So in general, if you talk about nth second, the nth second will start from 1 less. See, 7th second starts from 6, 90th second starts from 89, 5th second starts from 4. So nth second will start from n minus 1 second and it will end at n seconds. Is this clear, students? So during this interval of 1 second, what is the time interval from n minus 1 to n? It is the difference of these two, which is 1. It is 1 less than n. In this time, what is the displacement that we have to find? So suppose u be the initial velocity, a be the uniform acceleration is constant. We have to find the displacement during this particular interval. For example, 5th second, I told it starts from 4 second to 5 second. And this was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. To find displacement during this interval, what we can do, we can find the displacement in complete 5 seconds. Then we will find displacement in complete 4 seconds. And we will subtract these two displacements to get the displacement in the 5th second. Same process we will do in this particular question. So we have to derive an expression for displacement in nth second. So you can write these things yourself. U is the initial velocity, A is the acceleration. So first thing, that is displacement in n seconds. Then we will find displacement in n minus 1 seconds. The displacement in n seconds, I will call it as Sn. And displacement in n minus 1 seconds, I will call as Sn minus 1. For displacement, what is the formula? We know S is equal to ut plus half at square. ut plus half at square. So this is the formula for displacement. Now in this expression we'll put t is equal to how much? N seconds. So I'll put t is equal to n, and here also t is equal to n. Then displacement in n minus 1 seconds will be how much? U into t. T I'll put as how much? N minus 1 plus half into a into t square. But instead of t, how much I have to write? N minus 1 whole square. For your reference, let me write the formula which I am using here. I am using this formula. S is equal to ut plus half at square. For first case t is equal to n, for second case t is equal to n minus 1. Then what we will do, to find the displacement in nth second, so displacement in nth second starts from n minus 1 second, ends at n seconds. You will find displacement in n, you have found displacement in n minus 1 seconds, we will subtract these two. So the displacement in nth second will become equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Is it clear, students? Now rest you can solve it easily. So when you subtract this, so un minus 1. So you can take common. What will be left? N minus 1. But if you open the bracket, that becomes n plus 1. Then likewise, half this minus half this. Half you can take common. A also I can take common. Now what is left? N square minus n minus 1 square. So n square minus n minus 1 square is how much? N square plus 1 square minus 2n. Now if I open the bracket, this becomes minus, this will also become minus, and this will become plus. So you can see here n and n will cancel. Here n square and n square will cancel. So what is left? This is u into, actually this is 1 second, plus half into a into 2n minus 1. Half a 2n minus 1. Is it clear? This is our S nth. This is actually second square. So I am not writing the units. 1 if you multiply with u, you will get u only. So unit wise this may not be correct because u is velocity and s is meter. So but for numerical values this formula can be used. So this is the formula for displacement in nth second. It is given by the formula initial velocity u plus half times acceleration a multiplied by 2n minus 1. For example, if you wish to find displacement in 4th second, then this will be given by the formula u plus half into a into 2 into 4 minus 1. Is it clear? So numerical, in assignment I will be giving you one numerical based on this particular concept. Just you have to put the values. I wanted to discuss the method. So this is the method for finding displacement in nth second. Let's see some more questions. Let's see the next question. Let me explain the question first. There is a thief which I will represent as T. It's moving on some vehicle at a constant speed of 10 meters per second on a straight road. This blue line represents the road. There is a police jeep. Police I will be representing it as P. They are waiting, they are standing at rest at some point P. This thief, it crosses this particular position at t is equal to 0. This time when the thief crosses this position, that time we will take it as 0. The moment thief's vehicle crosses the police was at rest, so they start moving. And it is given that the police, to catch the thief, they start increasing their velocity by accelerating. The police accelerates from rest with a constant acceleration of half meters per second square. You have to find after covering what distance and after how much time the police will be able to catch the thief. Is this question clear, students? Okay. Now the thief crosses this position. Suppose the police starts afterwards. Initially police will be behind. but it gains speed slowly because it is accelerating, whereas thief is not accelerating, it is moving with constant speed of 10 meter per second. Suppose it happens that the police catches the thief at this particular point here. When the thief T reaches here, at that time police also reaches at the same point. So T comma P, both of them reach at the same position. Let this distance be S, and let the time, here T was 0, here the time is suppose T. That means we have to find S and T. S is question mark, T is also question mark. We have to find these two things. See, it is clear that the distance covered from this point to this point is the same for the police as well as for the thief. So distance covered by police is equal to distance covered by the thief. Now distance covered by police, what formula will you use? You will use the formula for displacement. In uniformly accelerated motion, police is accelerating, so ut plus half at square. And displacement of the thief. Now thief is moving with constant speed, there is no acceleration. So for that we will simply use speed into time. We know distance is equal to speed into time. This is for police, this is for thief. So this is for police and this is for thief. So if we solve this, what equation will we get? So we will get, now initial velocity for police is how much? 0. So we will get half times A. Now what is A? A is the acceleration of the police. Acceleration of the police is given how much? Half into T square is equal to speed of the thief, that is how much? 10 into time is T. So 1 T will cancel. This will give you the value of time. So T will be how much? 2 into 10, that is 40 seconds. So the police will be able to catch the thief after time of 40 seconds. If we have found T, it's very easy to find S. Now for finding S, there are two ways. Either you can find S by using the equation for police or for thief. For police, how will you find S? S is how much? Ut plus half at square, but U is 0. So what will be the answer? S is equal to half at square. This is for police, according to police. So this becomes how much? Half. A is how much for police? It is half, and T square. T square becomes how much? 40 square. 40 square is 1600. 1600 by 4. So it becomes 400 meters. And for thief, if you want, then for thief S will be given by which formula? Speed into time. Speed into time. For thief the speed is how much? 10. And what is the time that we have got? 40 seconds. So 10 into 40 is how much? 400 meters. You need not write both of them, any one of them you can write as the equation for finding the displacement. In this way we will solve this particular question. Let's see next question. Velocity time graph is given for a particle moving in a straight line like so, and for this graph you have to plot AT graph. Velocity time graph is given and you have to plot acceleration time graph. So let's see. Let this be our time. Let this be acceleration, and because SI units are given meter per second and second, so we will write meter per second square for acceleration, and for time we will write second. So these are our axes. This is origin. Like this we can draw. Now time interval is 0 to 8 seconds, 0 to 7 seconds. So you will mark those intervals. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight is there, but we don't need that. Now we have to plot the acceleration time graph. Observe the VT graph carefully. First we will divide it into three intervals, 0 to 2, then 2 to 6, and then 6 to 7. because the patterns are different in different intervals. From 0 to 2 second, what is happening to velocity? So in the interval 0 to 2 second, the velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to time axis. It means what kind of motion it is? It is uniformly accelerated motion. So in this interval, acceleration is constant. And what is the value of acceleration? Acceleration in this interval is final velocity minus initial velocity by time. This is the final point. At this point, what is the velocity? You can see it is 20. So I am using the formula v minus u upon t. So our final velocity is 20, initial velocity is 0, and time interval is from 0 to 2 seconds. So 2 minus 0. So how much do we get? 20 by 2, that is 10 meters per second square. Next interval is 2 to 6 second. During this interval, if you see carefully, the velocity is not increasing. It is remaining same at 20 meters per second. That means velocity is constant. If velocity is constant, therefore acceleration must be 0, because we know acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity. Since velocity is constant, acceleration must be 0. Likewise, the next interval 6 second to 7 second. In this interval, what will be the acceleration? Same thing, we'll use final velocity minus initial velocity by time. So what is final velocity? See, this is the initial point, this is the final point. Here the velocity was 20 and it goes on decreasing and becomes 0 at this point. So final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 20, and time interval is 6 to 7. So 7 minus 6. So how much will you get? We'll get minus of 20 upon 1 meter per second square. That is nothing but minus 20 meters per second square. So we have got the acceleration in these three intervals, interval 1, interval 2 and interval 3. These things will put them in the graph. First interval, you see 0 to 2 second, acceleration is constant. And how much is its value? Its value is 10 meters per second square. So suppose this is 5, this is 10, this is 15, and we have 20. Acceleration is constant means what kind of graph we should get? I have told you students, if there is some parameter which is constant, the graph must be a straight line parallel to time axis. And how long? We have to go for 2 seconds. So 2 seconds is here. So this will be the nature of graph. Is it clear? Then from 2 second to 6 second, acceleration is 0. So from 2 to 6, acceleration is 0. Like this. So there is a discontinuity here. So it is like this. And then from 6 second to 7 second, the acceleration is negative 20. So negative means we have to go this side. This will be minus 5, then minus 10, then minus 15, then minus 20 meters per second square. And from 6 to 7, it remains at minus 20. That is constant. Constant means it will be straight line like this. So this is minus 20, this is 6, this is 7. So this will be the graph. So this is the answer. 0 to 2 second here, then 2 to 6 second here, and then 6 second to 7 second here. If you wish, you can draw dotted lines like this so that it becomes more clear. So these dotted lines are not the graph. The graph is this one, the solid line, which I have represented by blue ink. It is clear, students, how to plot these graphs? Okay. Let's see next question, students. You have to plot position time, velocity time and acceleration time graphs for a body which is released from rest from some height h. Suppose this is ground and there is a body, it is released from some height. If I release this body, what happens? It falls under the influence of gravity, under gravity. If there are no other forces, only gravity, then it falls straight down, you know that. For such motion, you have to plot these three graphs. We will read in gravity chapter, which we have not yet covered, that whenever such objects fall, if I release it, it falls. When this object falls, it falls with a constant acceleration due to the pull of earth. That acceleration is called as acceleration due to gravity, whose value is constant near earth's surface, 9.8 meters per second square in downward direction. Now before plotting this graph, let us decide which direction we take as positive, which direction we take as negative. I would take upward direction as positive and downward direction I will take it as negative, just like your number line along y-axis. Since acceleration is in downward direction, I will assign a negative value to it. So acceleration will be minus 9.8. So this is suppose minus 9.8. So we will use SI system. So meter per second square is the unit. And it is constant. Constant means what kind of graph we should get? We should get a straight line parallel to time axis. So this is the answer for first part. If you take upward direction as negative, you can take that. There is no problem in that. Then this graph, instead of drawing below time axis, you should draw here. And here you should write plus 9.8. Both the answers are correct, but you have to specify the convention which you are using. So I told I am taking downward direction as negative, so this will be the correct answer. Then we will see VT graph. Now here what I told, acceleration is what? Constant. Its value is 9.8 meter per second square in downward direction. That means it is uniformly accelerated motion. For uniformly accelerated motion, you know students, graph is a straight line inclined to time axis. But since acceleration is in downward direction, velocity also starting from 0, you can see velocity will be in downward direction when this object falls. So velocity also will take it as negative, first thing. That means I cannot draw velocity in this quadrant. Velocity is negative means below time axis you have to draw the graph. Now initially it is given in the question that the object is released from rest. So like so, this object has initial velocity 0 and then its velocity goes on increasing at a uniform rate. So graph will start from here. Initially the velocity is 0 and we know because acceleration is constant, velocity will increase at a constant rate. The graph will be straight line. So this will be the answer. And for uniformly accelerated motion, you also know that xt graph is parabolic in nature. Now x again will be negative, and xt graph or displacement time graph for uniformly accelerated motion, you know students, it is a parabola. So if the object is released from this position, so this position we take as x is equal to 0. So initially the object was here and then it falls down. So we will take the values of x below this as negative, clear, as per our convention, because downward direction we have taken as negative. So parabolic will be, nature will be a curve like so. This is not a part of circle, remember students, it is a parabolic trajectory about which details you will read in mathematics in higher classes. So this is the answer to this particular question. It is a straight line parallel to time axis, acceleration. Velocity increases at a linear constant rate, but it is negative. So I have drawn it like this, and we'll have parabolic trajectory for position time graph. If somebody uses upward direction as a negative, then these three graphs I am just drawing them. AT graph will be like this, as I have discussed earlier. VT graph, instead of drawing here, you should draw like this. And xt graph will also be like this. So these three will be the answers if you choose upward direction as negative and a downward direction as positive. And if you choose downward direction as negative, the graphs will be like this. So I will stop here, students. Please read these questions and concepts carefully. Make their notes in your class copy, and then come prepared in the next class. And if you have some queries, please put them in the query link. Probably in the next class we will start a new chapter. I hope all of you are fine. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you.